What's going on there, YouTube? And welcome back to another comic book video. This is the channel where we sit down and cover different comic book stories from different comic book companies. Today, we're going to jump back over to Marvel Comics and continue our coverage over the Ultimate Marvel Universe. And we've been covering the Ultimate Marvel event, Divided We Fall, United We Stand. Well, today, we are going to continue to cover that event, and we pick up with Ultimate X-Men once again. Now remember, Kitty Pryde is the one leading the current X-Men team, and right now, she is trying to basically save the mutant race. She went to the Southwest states and trying to make her own revolution down there, that mutants should be free, that mutants belong in this world. So, if you do like today's comic book video, please hit that like button down below and also subscribe to the channel for more content to come in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read, well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But I do hope you enjoy today's video. So finally, getting back into Ultimate X-Men, we pick up where we left off last time. We saw Kitty Pryde finally make it to the southern states. The reason why this is so important is that when she got there, she met a young girl named Husk, who then led her into this space in the mountains, where Kitty Pryde met Nick Fury. Now, the two of them quickly form an alliance, but you have Kitty Pryde ask why in the world Nick Fury is trying to help the mutant race out, where you have Nick Fury state that he lost S.H.I.E.L.D., but also he states that with the concentration camps, it bothers him. It reminds him of some bad times here in America. Also, he wants to help the mutant race out. So he states that Kitty Pryde must be the one to fix the problem. It will help the mutant race in the long run. And he states she is in charge. He will be her advisor. This leads into Kitty Pryde going to stake out a camp that is nearby with Husk. This is where we learn what Husk can do, which is basically she can take a form of an object, and once she is done, she sheds it off. So here she touches a boulder and her skin turns rocky, which was the perfect cover for her and Kitty when an army of Nimrod sentinels were flying by. Also, we see that Husk may have a crush on Jimmy, the son of Wolverine. Kitty does not tell Husk that he is kind of taken by her. Either way, you have them continue their observation of the camp that they are planning to break mutants out of, where you have Husk mention how the Sentinels are being controlled by William Stryker Jr. Now for Kitty, what she remembers is that she killed William Stryker back in New York. She has no idea about his mutant powers being able to control technology. After she killed him, he transferred his mind into the Sentinel system. Now we know that, but they don't. So to her, this must be some kind of mistake with what Husk is saying. Now when Kitty Pryde gets back to the mountain base, you have Kitty Pryde talk to the rest of the X-Men who came with her, Rogue, Iceman, and Jimmy, the son of Wolverine, where you have them tell her about the truth of the mutant race they have around them here in the base are the ones that still need to be saved. To Jimmy, most of these mutants have been beaten down so much they might not want to fight. This is where you have Nick Fury come in and explain she has to find their motivation and bring it out. While she gives this powerful speech, which does help, but what really is important is that she is going to show how serious she is about saving the mutant race, with her and Nick Fury leaving to go kill off some Sentinels. We did get this weird scene with Rogue where she is walking around the mountain base, where she is watching other people touch each other. Remember, Rogue is unable to touch anyone thanks to her powers, but she does get confronted by Quentin Quire, who we all know is a very powerful psychic, definitely in the main Marvel universe, but will be here in the Ultimate Marvel universe as a very powerful psychic. We see him say some weird stuff to Rogue, but use his powers to give him the ability to touch her, which leads into them making out. Again, it's kind of weird because honestly, she just met this man a moment ago, and now she is here making out with him, literally 1 minute later. Finally, we see Kitty Pryde and Nick Fury go out in the field, and we see them find a Nimrod group, where you have the two of them being able to take out at least 2 of the Nimrods. This is very important because she takes the head of one of them back and shows everyone in the mountain base that what she did, everyone can do it too. She is 17 years old, her powers are mostly defensive, and she does not know the area either, meaning that it is not impossible for other mutants to do what she did. So with Jimmy backing up her speech, she got her army now. Also, she has someone who has similar powers to William Stryker Jr., who can talk to technology. Now, when this young mutant named Black Box touches the Nimrod, it actually sends some kind of signal to William Stryker Jr., where we see him in his new sentinel body, where he still doesn't know about his own mutant powers thanks to his dad, but he was able to have the Nimrods build him a new body, and he heard Kitty's voice through that Nimrod signal, so he knows Kitty Pryde is nearby, the person that killed him. This leads to a few pages where you have Kitty Pryde sending a message out for the whole world to hear, a message where she declares that mutants are now free, that she is calling all mutants to join her in the Southwest states to basically fight back. This message can be heard from all over the world, not just America. We're even talking about Jean Grey and her people at Seer. Remember that at this point, Jean Grey stayed at Seer after the Zorn brothers left. But this is Kitty Pryde time to shine. But her message is also heard by William Stryker Jr. as well. So we know that he will come after her very soon. Getting back to Black Box, the mutant who has a connection to technology is looking at the brain of the Nimrod that Kitty Pryde and Nick Fury took out earlier. Now the Nimrod seems like its power source is dead, but for some reason it is transmitting a signal which tells Black Box something is up. Now we get to see Kitty Pryde's army begin their first mission, which is to break out mutants from a nearby camp. This leads us into seeing the son of Wolverine leading a team of mutants on the outside, making sure to stop any reinforcements from coming to the camp, while the main team breaks the mutants out. Now we pick up with Shola Inosuke, I know I just butchered that name, whose ability is telekinesis. He calls it combat telekinesis. It is just him being able to move small objects with his mind at a very fast pace. So he was able to take out this convoy unit by himself. It was just a moment to show off a new mutant and what they can do. This leads us into seeing the Gold Team, which is mainly Iceman and Husk breaking out mutants from the camp that was, where again it is to show off their abilities, but to get introduced to another mutant who will join the. We see her at the end of this section, but this is a character who originally appeared in the main Marvel universe as one of the new mutants. This person is Armor. Her name is hard for me to pronounce. It is Hisako Ichiki. I know I just butchered that. I think again it's Hisako Ichiki. I hope I said that correctly. But she is a classic Marvel character. She is able to create psionic armor to protect. Now, of course, the mission was completed and mutants were brought back to the base safe. So we pick up with Nick Fury and Kitty Pryde talking to one another. And honestly, that is not the important part. The important part is that Kitty Pryde gets confronted by Black Box, where he tells both Kitty Pryde and Nick Fury that there are recordings from things they said a long time ago, where Black Box laid it out for her that all of their recordings were being sent to someone. We know it was William Stryker Jr., where of course he does appear. He appears with an army of Nimrods ready to attack the mutants and kill all of them off. This is the perfect situation for William Stryker Jr. and the Nimrod army. And this is where we are going to end today's video. So please hit that like button down below and also subscribe to the channel for more content to come in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read? Well, please let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But I do hope you enjoy today's video. See y'all next time. Later.